Okay, so first we're going to be starting with mountain pose. When you're holding a position, take 3 deep breaths in and then move to the next position. Again, take 3 breaths in and then move to the next. So the person on the right side is doing the ideal version and the person on the left is performing the modified version for anybody that has issues with flexibility or getting into certain positions. So you're going to start by lifting your arms up to the ceiling, and you're going to hold that for 3 deep breaths. Try to get as good of a stretch as you can, and then you're going to let your arms fall slowly, bend at the hips, and hold that position for 3 deep breaths. And then once you are done with that, you're going to slowly start coming up, trying to bring yourself up 1 vertebrae at a time, really taking your time getting back up to that standing position. And then once you're there, you're going to lift the arms up again and continue. Okay, and then we are going to go down onto the ground to do a little bit of deep breathing just to get your transversus abdominis, which is a deep muscle in your stomach, activated for all of the movements. So what you're going to do is you're going to find the prominent pointy parts on the front of your pelvis and then move your fingers about 1 inch into your stomach. And then you're just going to take a deep breath in through your stomach and your chest. And then you're going to breathe out. And on the exhale, pull your belly button into your spine. And you should feel that muscle activate where your fingers are. And to ensure that you're not flexing your abs, take one hand and place it up in between your ribs. And when you do that exhale, your stomach should feel soft. If that is relatively easy for you to do, you can follow what the person on the right is doing and lift your hips and knees up to 90 and do the same thing. Breathe out, pull your belly button to your spine, making sure that your upper abdomen isn't too hard. Now we're going to do some windshield wipers. So you're going to start laying on your back and you're just going to bring your knees up to a bent position, put your feet on the floor, and you're just going to let your knees fall out to one side, hold for 3 breaths, and then bring your knees over to the other side and hold again for 3 breaths. And you're just going to do this movement a few times to loosen up your hips and your low back. You should feel a little bit of a stretch in your low back and in your hips and your glutes. The purpose, again, is just to get your low back and your hips ready for further movements. Now we're going to do some glute bridges. So same thing, you are going to lay on your back with your knees bent and your feet on the floor, and you are just going to bring your hips up until your body is in a straight line. The purpose of this is to get your glutes activated and to, again, have that transversus abdominis activated as well. So make sure that you're pulling your belly button into your spine to provide a little bit of stability in your core. Making sure to push through your heels and squeezing your glutes up at the top. And now we're going to do a little downward dog flow. This is going to consist of getting up into a downward dog. You can spread your feet out a little bit, bring your hands forward, pressing through your fingertips to protect your wrists. And you're just going to attempt to bring your chest and your head as close to your feet as possible. Then you're going to follow that up with a cobra. So you're going to stretch your hands out forward, come into a plank, press down, and then bring your chest and your head up to the ceiling. For this, try to attempt to stay on your feet, but if not, you can come down onto your elbows. After that, you're going to come into a child's pose. Slowly bring your hips back, widen your knees, and bring your hands forward, and try to stretch your back as much as possible by bringing your hands forward. For this one, I'm going to have you bring your hands out to the side. The purpose of this is to stretch the left side of your back, and then for the next run through, you are going to bring your hands out to the left to stretch the right side of your back. Now we're going to move into tree pose. The purpose of this is to work on your single leg balance. In order to do this pose, bring your foot up onto your thigh as high as you can and hold that position. If that is too hard, then you can bring your foot a little bit lower onto your calf. We're going to have you hold that for as long as you can, hopefully at least 15 to 30 seconds. And now we're going to move into some warrior variations. You're going to start in a plank position. Bring your foot up in between your hands, and then you're going to come into a deep lunge. Rotate your back foot out and bring your hands up until they're straight out from your shoulders. You're going to hold that position for 3 breaths. And then once you are ready to continue, we are going to do a variation with rotation. So you're going to go further into your lunge, bring your hand down to the floor, and bring your upper hand up to the ceiling. The goal is to get as much rotation as you can, so attempt to bring the back of your hand down to the floor. Same thing on the other side. You're going to rotate, put your hand on the floor, and then bring your other hand up and rotate as much as you can. Now we're going to do a cat-cow pose. So you're going to bring the back of your head up, arch your back down, and then you're going to bring your back up towards the ceiling, drop the head, and you are just going to go back and forth between those poses, making sure to take a deep breath in when you arch your back towards the ground, and then breathe out when you arch your back up towards the ceiling. Now we are going to move into pigeon pose. So bring your knee up towards your hand, bring the other leg back, rest your foot on the ground, and stretch forward as far as you can. You should feel a stretch in your glute as well as the opposite leg's hip flexors. The modification for this is to get a block and not come fully down to the floor. You should still feel stretches in both your glute and your hip flexor, but this is an easier way to complete this motion. Another way that you can modify it is to put a block underneath the hip that has the bent knee. During this movement, you should not feel any pain in your knee or in your hip. If you do, then you can discontinue the movement. And now we are going to do a long sitting figure 4. You're going to bring your left leg straight out in front of you, bring your right foot as close as you can towards your knee, and you are going to place your left arm on the side of your thigh and rotate towards your right as far as you can. This is going to bring a little bit of a rotation to your back as well as into your hip. If there is any pain, discontinue the movement, or you do not have to rotate as far. So now we are going to be going into a deep lunge position. Bring your left foot in between your hands, sink into a lunge, and bring your hands up above your head as if you were holding a beach ball. The purpose of this is to get a stretch into your right hip flexors as well as into your quads. To modify this, you can sink a little less into the lunge. Then you are going to shift, bring your hips back onto your right leg, and bring your head down. This aims to stretch the hamstrings in the left leg. To modify this position, you can grab some yoga blocks to hold yourself up a little higher and not sink as far back onto that back leg. Then, after you finish this round, you are going to switch into the other leg. Now we are going to do a forward fold. Bring your legs together and reach forward as far as you can, attempting to grab your feet. And if you need to modify this, you can just bring your hands as far forward as you can and hold that position for 3 deep breaths. The stretch should be less intense if you point your toes forward. If you want to feel more of a stretch, you can bring your toes towards yourself. And then we are going to go into a side stretch. So widen your feet, bring your arms over to your side, and hold that position for 3 deep breaths. Now we are going to move into a happy baby pose. So you are going to bring your feet as close to your chest as possible, bending your hips at 90 degrees and your knees at 90 degrees. Your feet should be wider apart than your hips. You should feel a stretch in your glutes as well as your hamstrings. If you need to modify it, then you can just aim to pull your knees to your chest. And now we are going to do some box breathing. So you are going to just sit, hold your knees, and you're going to inhale for 4, and then you're going to hold for 4 seconds. And then after the 4 seconds, you're going to breathe out for 4, and then hold for 4. And we're just going to go through this box breathing a few times to end the session and relax.